Hey all, this is Angel Williams, founder and legacy stylist at Sunset Concierge, and this is our 7th episode of a series that we're calling Legacy and Tea, where we spill the tea on all end-of-life matters. So today we're talking about the COVID-19 funeral assistance. And I just want you guys to know that if you need help in applying for this, you can always reach out to us. You can email me directly at angel@sunsetconcierge.com, or you can give us a call, 404-820-1045, and we would be happy to help and alleviate the stress that might be involved with this process. So let's get started. So all of the information today is from the FEMA website. You can always go to www.fema.gov and find out any further information that is not included in this presentation. So FEMA's mission is to help people before, during, and after disasters. And they are dedicated to helping ease some of the financial stress and burden caused by the virus. So under the Coronavirus Response and Relief Supplemental Appropriations Act of 2021 and the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021, FEMA will provide financial assistance for COVID-19 related funeral expenses incurred after January 20th, 2020. So the date is very important, January 20th, 2020. So what is the benefit being provided? Assistance is limited to a maximum of $9,000 per funeral and a maximum of $35,500 per application per state, territory, or the District of Columbia. So if you are one person, and let's say, for example, you had to cover the funeral expenses of 2 or 3 people, so multiple people who passed away due to coronavirus, you are able as one applicant to apply for the assistance of multiple people who passed away due to coronavirus. But the benefit that you receive is going to be limited at $35,500 per application. So what is covered? And by the way, y'all, I could not do the present today. I'm not sure why. It was giving me trouble going from slide to slide. So this is why you're seeing this kind of working version. But hey, the message is what's important, right? So what is covered? The COVID-19 funeral assistance will assist with expenses for funeral services and interment or cremation. That really just means interment, just means burial, basically. So it will be providing expenses for funeral services and burial or cremation. Any receipts received for expenses that are not related to funeral services will not be determined eligible expenses. Expenses for funeral services and burial or cremation typically include, but are not limited to, transportation for up to 2 individuals to identify the deceased individual, transfer of remains, casket or urn, burial plot, marker or headstone, officiant services, arrangement of the funeral ceremony, use of funeral home equipment or staff, cremation or burial costs, costs associated with producing and certifying multiple death certificates, additional expenses mandated by any applicable local or state government laws or ordinances. So who is eligible? To be eligible for funeral assistance, you must meet the following conditions. The death must have occurred in the United States, including the US territories and the District of Columbia. The death certificate must indicate the death was attributed to COVID-19. Now, if you have a situation where you have a death certificate that does not attribute the death to COVID-19, but you truly believe that it was because of COVID-19, you can possibly get the death certificate changed or amended. The first step would probably be to go to whoever certified the death. So, for example, a doctor, and show them or provide whatever evidence you have supporting the fact that it was a COVID-19 death, and possibly it could be changed or amended if they deem that that is correct. The applicant must be a US citizen, non-citizen, national, or qualified alien, incurred funeral expenses after January 20th, 2020, but there is no requirement for the deceased person to have been a US citizen, non-citizen, national, or qualified alien. So the applicant must be a US citizen, non-citizen, national, or qualified alien, but the person who passed away does not necessarily have to be. How to apply. FEMA is working on setting up a dedicated toll-free number, and when you call in, there will be FEMA representatives who will help process your application, take the information from you that's necessary. You will not be able to do it online, and there will be multilingual services, and a TTY number will be available. So basically that means there'll be some sort of type or text option available as well. How are funds received? You can get a check by mail, or funds will be directly deposited, depending on which option you choose when you apply for assistance. So all of this will begin in April. We're not exactly certain of the date as yet, but it will all be implemented in April. Additional guidance is being finalized and will be released to potential applicants and community partners as soon as possible. In the meantime, you're encouraged to gather your documentation, which will support your application. So some of these things that you should gather are the official death certificate that attributes the death directly or indirectly to COVID-19 and shows that the death occurred in the United States, including the US territories and the District of Columbia. Funeral expenses documents, so receipts, funeral home contracts, etc. And these documents should include the applicant's name, the deceased person's name, the amount of the funeral expenses or whatever expense it is, and the date of the funeral expenses. Because remember, you're only able to apply for expenses incurred after January 20th, 2020. And also proof of funds received from other sources, specifically for use toward funeral costs. So they will not be able to provide any type of expense reimbursement for duplicate benefits received from burial or funeral insurance, financial assistance received from voluntary agencies, government agencies, or other sources. So once you have applied, you will get an application number, and then any supporting documentation that you need to provide to FEMA, you can upload to the disasterassistance.gov account. You can fax them in, or you can mail those documents. So that's it. I hope you found this informative. If you have any questions or if you need any assistance when April comes around in terms of applying for the COVID-19 funeral assistance, we would be happy to help. So you can always reach out to us. You can go to www.sunsetconcierge.com and contact us there. You can email me directly at angel@sunsetconcierge.com, and we will also post in the description below all of the platforms that we are on, so you can reach out in multiple ways. I hope that this was informative, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.